Chris here with Soundcore's Motion Boom Plus portable loudspeaker. So this can go up to 80 watts in total. It has an IP67 waterproofing to it, so you don't have to worry about if you accidentally dropped it in the swimming pool. It's buoyant too, so it will float. Splashes are not going to be a problem. This portable loudspeaker does have its own application where you can tweak the sound output of it because it's got an equalizer with presets and its own custom options there that you can set. I'll show you that in this review. Firmware updates too for it. It's got audio jack in, so line in 3.5 millimeter. So the two tweeters, they're 10 watts each. We've got the two subs, which are 30 watts each, giving us that total of 80 watts. And it does even have party casts, they call it, where you can pair up to 100 of these units. So great for, say you've got a few friends that have these as well. You can pair them up to get even better and surround sound out of these portable loudspeakers. So the runtime of this is up to 20 hours. Included with our loudspeaker, you'll find a high quality shoulder strap that does have some metal clips on there. It is adjustable. We do get a Type-C to Type-C cable for charging it. So charge time of the 13,400 milliamp hour battery is close to 6 hours. There's a quick start guide, feedback card, and important safety information. The Motion Boom Plus does weigh 2.4 kilos. You can see right here is where you connect on that shoulder strap and Soundcore branding at the top. So it's all made out of plastics, but it's quite a nice high quality plastic. And this is our handle here for carrying it around. Then a series of buttons here. So this is to boost up the bass. You can turn that, of course, on or off. And we've got a Bluetooth. So it's connecting up with Bluetooth 5.3, volume controls, power on button, and this is to sync this and pair this up with various other different speakers. So you can actually pair up with PartyCast 2.0 up to 100 of these speakers. Imagine what that would sound like. Covering our speakers to protect them is this metal mesh over the front of it, which is painted black. So we've got two tweeters. They are both 10 watts each, two subs, two woofers, which are 30 watts each. So we've got 60 right there, another 20 giving us a total of 80 watts. Now it is IP67 resistant, so you don't need to worry about dust, splashes, water. You can bring it to the beach. It will not be a problem at all. The back here is all plastics, and you'll see that we've got this rubber gasket. Now that's of course to keep that IP67 rating. If that's not in place, then well, watch out for water getting into the port. So pulling this open, you see we do have our Type-C port input there for charging it. Now we've got this IQ, so this is the charging feature that it has, so it can actually double then as a battery bank. And then we've got auxiliary in here, 3.5 millimeter, which is really good. So if you don't have a Bluetooth device and you still want to plug it in, you're able to do so. So that's great, we do have that option. Then on the underside, we've got all the markings they need for legal reasons. You can see the maximum input voltage here is 15 watts, so 5 volts, 3 amps there. And as mentioned, it's going to take approximately close to 6 hours to fully charge it. Two solid rubber feet, and the output it can output here is 5 volts, 2.1 amps. So it's not like Qualcomm quick charging. It's not very fast, but at least we do have that option. And like other loudspeakers of this style, we do have these bass reflex ports on either side. So this moves up and down, in and out when you're playing your tunes, especially when you turn on that bass boost mode. And it's really good to see that you can see it in action, moving, and it's really working quite hard, these speakers, to produce the kind of sound they do. Then the application. So it is called Soundcore. You can get it for iOS, and this is here in Android with this phone that I'm using. So this is the great part about it. Not only can you tweak and customize the sound output from it with your own equalizer settings, it does have preset, but it's got firmware updates. So it's already pushed one out, which improved the stability of the connection and the sound quality. So your own custom equalizer settings here, you can adjust all the different frequencies from high down to low, of course. But if you use this, you won't have that bass up button available to you. So the bass up is the bass boost, and you can see their presets too along here that they do have. So their own sound core signature, voice, treble boost, balance, it is there, which is good. And you can add the extra bass with their settings. It's just in the custom one, you cannot for some reason. Most importantly, just how does it sound? Well, I think for a loudspeaker of this size, it's fantastic. Really good bass out of it. I mean, this thing can absolutely just blast out the bass, especially with the bass up mode. But not only that, we do have some really good, nice, detailed, crisp highs, which a lot of the loudspeakers out there, at least in the ones I've tested out, often do lack. You miss out on those highs, but because of those two 10 watts tweeters there, it does sound excellent. Now, obviously I can't really give you a proper sample of what it sounds like. You need to hear it in person, but I will play a very quick little track here just for copyright reasons. It will only be a few seconds just to give you a little preview. I've only got my lav mic here anyway, so it won't be the same, of course not, but here we go. All right, that is just a very quick preview there. So it really blasts out the bass there, and that is only at, I think I'm only running about 40% volume on it. So it does get very loud. Now, at the more higher volume levels, I have noticed that sometimes there will be something that's vibrating a little bit in it, which is kind of typical for the amount of bass that it is putting out, which is surprising. The mids sound pretty good. Vocals don't sound bad at all on this. I've played quite a few genres, so rock with some vocalists there sounding good. And again, it's just those highs on this speaker is one thing I really do like about it. Now, because it's got party cast, you could pair up to 100 of these units, which I've only got the one here, but that would sound pretty crazy. A group of you, even I would say just having another additional one, you could set them up, would be really good. So it runs off the SBC codec and it seems to be fine. I think for a loudspeaker that's not an issue using that codec. I have noticed, so these are the cons now, I've noticed that playing Netflix through this, I've seen it's out of sync a little bit, so it's not going quite in time with people's mouths when they talk. So it looks like a little bit of a Bruce Lee movie kind of out of time there. So that's one con. The other, which is very minor and probably my own fault too as well, is that it seems to, the plastics on it, well, good high quality build to it, it seems to scratch very easily. As you probably saw when I showed you the underside, I've already got a few scratches on it and I've only been using it now for a week or so. I took it down to the beach, the rocky coast, where I got some of that footage of it in action there, and it just seemed to just scratch up so easily there. So the Motion Boom Plus here from Soundcore, I think is an excellent loudspeaker here. It will go for up to 20 hours, but I think realistically, with at least my testing so far, you're looking more, because when you're outdoors, you play high volumes, you're looking more like about 15, 16 hours out of it, which is still ample, and you can use it as a battery bank if you wanted to do so to charge your mobile at the same time. So thanks a lot for watching this review. Bye for now.